Alright guys, another week in gaming, BlueGamer.net. I'm Adam Blue, like always. I'm always Adam Blue, which is pretty nice. Anyway, pretty interesting news. Capcom had canceled a Mega Man first-person shooter game. It was kind of leaked out that Capcom had ex-Retro staff, Retro being the guys that did the Metroid Prime games, which turned out pretty good. They had them make a Mega Man first-person shooter. And it kind of looked like Prime, shiny, futuristic-looking graphics, not cartoony like Mega Man at all. And the video shows him doing his first-person shooting and then running up and meleeing bad guys. It's pretty interesting. But it's probably for the best to get this canceled because, I mean, Mega Man first-person shooter, it's pointless unless you just... It's just for the sake of it being Mega Man and the Mega Man universe. I don't know. I mean, we need a Mega Man game. They canceled the last one, Legends 3, I think, and what else have we got coming, you know? But speaking of this ex-Retro staff, which is now Armature, they are working on a new Batman Arkham Origins, and I forget the subtitle name, but it's for the 3DS and Vita. And this is going to coincide with the release of the next major Batman game, Arkham Origins. And it's actually not going to be made by Rocksteady. It's going to be done by WB Montreal, I believe, which they did the port of the Wii U version of Arkham City. Now, with Arkham Origins, it's actually going to take place, I believe it's about 6 years before the events of Arkham Asylum. And I guess it's a group of enemies trying to assassinate Batman or something like that. Interesting, though, it's going to take place in Gotham City, which is cool. I'd love to see what they do with that. And there's going to be... like an old Gotham area, which is supposed to be what Arkham Asylum becomes. So I think it's kind of cool how they are really attaching it more than just, you know, because it's like, why call it Arkham something? You know, let's just make Batman Gotham City. But I think Arkham, I guess, has a name for marketing purposes, but I mean, Batman alone is good enough. But back to this Armature-developed title for the 3DS and the Vita. It's going to be a Metroidvania-style game. It's going to be a side-scroller with, you know, picking up gadgets so you can go back to different locations. The screenshots are out and it looks great. I really think it's a good idea, definitely. And then another thing, UbiSoft, they have the Play servers, the Uplay servers, where it's like Steam or Origin, I guess. You go through their servers to download their games, to play their games, but hackers are able to hack into their servers and pretty much play any game they wanted, which it sucks. It's too bad that Ubisoft servers are like that, but what came out of it, and I don't know if this was done intentionally because there's a lot of leaks from this, was Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Someone had downloaded it and played it, and I guess 30 minutes of it then was posted up on YouTube, and I didn't really want to spoil myself with stuff outside of what Ubisoft is willing to show right now, but I did watch bits of it, and the game looks incredible. I cannot wait. The trailer for it officially came out today, and it actually confirms Michael Biehn as being the voice of the character and the look pretty much of the character. Totally 80s, awesome soundtrack, just like I've talked about before. Very excited about it. May 1st is the release. You can actually pre-order it on Steam right now, $15, and you get the soundtrack for free. That's awesome. This is like speaking directly to me, and I'm glad. If you look on the internet, other gaming communities, everyone's excited about this game. I hope it takes off because this is a radical approach to DLC. Even though it's a standalone title to Far Cry 3, just the DLC in general, making something so different and out there and wacky, and just taking risks. And maybe this will lead to more games being created that way, which is awesome. So another thing, I didn't really talk about this much on Blue Gamer at all, and I didn't even do it as part of my video last week, but last week, Adam Orth, creative director of Microsoft, well, first of all, what leaked was that the new Xbox, the Durango, is going to be always online, where no matter what, you have to have an internet connection in order to play. Adam Orth, who I'm talking about, then went on Twitter and started, you know, in a douchey manner, telling people, you know, to deal with it. He... as of yesterday, I think, or the day before, I forget when exactly, no longer works at Microsoft. Over the weekend, his Twitter was locked, his LinkedIn disappeared. Now, I understand Twitter, social media, you're going to say things, you know, in the profiles, You know, they'll always say my views have nothing to do with my employer, blah blah blah, whatever. But he has a certain position with the company, and he knows things. So by taking such a strong stance of what he is, then it kind of tells people one thing or another. Microsoft just wanted him to just be quiet about it. Who knows if he was canned or he just resigned himself. They say he resigned, or he could have been asked to resign before he was canned. But you know, I follow a lot of people on Twitter from the gaming industry just so I can follow what's going on, and I followed him for a while, and he just is pretty douchey in general. At one point when DuckTales was announced, the new DuckTales, he started complaining, why do people want to play a remake? Do we have, you know, no more original ideas, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just pretty much as if saying what he thinks is right for everybody else. I don't know, just kind of douchey, whatever. What tops it all off is this guy demanded to be called Sweet Billy. I'm not joking. This guy, apparently in a previous job, he said if you don't call him Sweet Billy, he just won't answer to you. Sweet Billy? Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, this guy probably for the best, really. But then what was leaked yesterday was that the Durango itself won't be always online. Now, it may need the online connectivity to initially set up your console, but what's going to be always online is a mini console. This is Microsoft's way to compete with Apple TV. It's going to be a mini 360 with no disk drive. That's going to be the backwards compatible machine. This is where you can download and play all the 360 games, arcade games, and you basically have it, they said, networked to the Durango. Now, does that mean on the same network, or is the HDMI in that is on the Durango going to be used to take the input from this little mini console so you can play disc games, 360 disc games, on the Durango? That's pretty interesting. And this is cool because it's supposed to go for less than $150 for this device. So if you don't want to buy Durango, you can buy a little 360 game machine that has all the multimedia functionality with all Windows 8 new stuff. And that's pretty interesting. I'd like to see where that goes. The price of the Durango, we don't know, but knowing they're separating the BC, it could have it at a better price point. It has been announced. The launch titles, well, unofficially that is, the launch titles will be a new Forza game that's supposed to be super lifelike, and Rise, which I think it was Crytek, I forget, but it's that Kinect game where you're like fighting in Rome and everything, and that sounds interesting. So I can't wait when these things are officially announced. Right now it's just speculation. It's people getting fired from Twitter. It's all actually very enjoyable. So, you know what? That's really it for this week of Week in Gaming. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, see you guys later. All right, guys, Adam Blue again, another Week in Gaming. This week, quite a bit went on, especially the end of last week. So we had the Penny Arcade Expo. That started last Friday. Not too much going on with that, but they'll you know, joke about making a game when we're all like, yeah, make that game. One in particular, to me, there's this old game from Blizzard, Blackthorn. It was like an out-of-this-world flashback style game, almost like the Oddworld games. And you play this Native American fighter.